Hi, and welcome to another episode of Brush Tips with Cheri. Today we are going to be painting some spring flowers in the grass. We used a lot of blues and purples here, so I'm really excited for this painting because purple is my #1 favorite color. All right, so today we are going to be using these colors right here. We have white, yellow, phthalo green, phthalo blue, and violet. It's hard to see the difference in the colors here, but once we start mixing them and playing around, you'll be able to see them a little bit more vibrantly. This is a really fun painting. I started with the background and I started with a nice watercolor wash. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I started to add the grass and the flowers, and I built my painting up to give it a more three-dimensional look, okay? Today we have two brushes. Our two brushes are this Big Daddy right here that we used before. You can see it. We use this one a lot. This one is very good to use because we get to cover the whole background of the painting with it, okay? And then we have this rounded brush. Now this brush is super important for us to use during flowers because it is rounded at the top and it helps with the angle of the flower petals, okay? And you'll see once we start to get into that, you'll be able to see how that technique is used with this kind of a brush. So let's drop those in water, and we're gonna grab our super fancy paint palette here. Remember, we want to be messy, not super fancy. We're going to take this Big Daddy brush and we're going to get started, okay? So first thing I want you to do is get your brush nice and wet. Shake it off in the cup. You don't even have to dry it on your paper towel, just shake it a little bit. And then water down some of this yellow. Do you see how watery that looks? All right. I want you to start pooling down from the top. Now, if at any point through this painting you get a little lost, feel free to just pause the show, take a breather, get up from your painting and walk around. Step back a little bit. It's always important just to enjoy painting and not get frustrated over painting, okay? Once you get frustrated, sometimes this happens to me, I end up coloring all over my painting like a crazy. And I don't want you to do that. All right, so I keep watering down this yellow, and I just keep adding it. It's almost like a watercolor. Be careful with how much water you add. You can always add more, you just can't take it away. And I like to go up and down. If you feel like you aren't getting enough coverage on your canvas, you can go side to side and then work your way down again, okay? Just some fun little tips. You can always change the direction of the paint with your paintbrush. Okay, you guys hear that canvas working? I love it. So, and again, if you ever paint with me, I love to see your pictures. So you go to our Facebook page and you can shoot us a message. Shoot us one of the pictures that you painted with us. We love to see them and we love to share them. I was thinking about pulling some artist friends on here. So if you are an artist friend and you're interested in just hanging out and painting with me here, that might be something we're going to do in a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, I'm going to grab some white, and you can see it on my brush here. I grabbed a little bit of white, and I'm just going to tone this yellow down. Just adding some white to it. That was yellow. We're going to add some white. Yesterday we went up to the beach We had a really, really good time. We found lots and lots of sea glass. And there was just so many great things to be painted up there. I would love to just take some canvases and easels and just spend a couple hours up there by the beach and just painting all the scenery and just having a good time, getting lost in art. Don't forget about the sides. Remember, we've talked about this, and your top. Sorry, went a little off camera there. Almost dropped it again. And your top. We do the sides and the top just in case. If we don't frame our artwork, then at least the sides and the top are done. So when we hang it on the wall, it does look like the canvas is complete. All right. So we want this to dry, so we're actually going to do the same thing to the bottom. This is what I want you to do though. Camera tricks. We're going to flip this upside down. It's actually paint tricks, not camera tricks, right? All right, so wet that brush again really, really good. We're going to water down the green the same way we did the yellow. And you can even add a little hint of yellow in there and just make it a more vibrant green if you want. Oh, and we're just going to pull from here. And we don't want to go too hard when we're going up against the yellow. You can see where I've kind of stopped. And I go down and lift, go down and lift, go down, lift, okay? Like I said, if you ever need any tips or tricks, you can always message me. Follow us on our Facebook page. You can message me personally under Cheri Marie. I don't mind. I'm here to help all my amazing artist friends, which are all of you. I'm just going to wet my brush and just run some of this green off my brush through my painting. And again, don't forget about your top. I almost forgot about it. We would have had a white bottom hanging up on the wall. It's all right. Okay. Let's add a little bit deeper green in there. This is so fun. This is a really, really, really neat painting because it gets to show the different depths. I just emphasized that there. Did you hear that? I heard it. All right. So in a couple Fridays, I'm actually going to be at the town hall hanging out at Wadsworth City Hall, painting a painting. So be sure to stop by and say hi. You're actually invited to paint with us there. I'm going to have a big canvas that the City of Wadsworth people, so it's all of you, my amazing artist friends that tune in, and everyone who doesn't tune in yet, but will soon, get to come and they get to hang out and they get to paint an amazing painting with me. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be super fun. All right, so we want this to dry again. This is where we sing our little Let It Dry song, right? No, it'll be your earworm for the day. We can do that, all right? It goes, let it dry, let it dry. No, don't do that. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Now everyone has that earworm. That's such a weird saying for getting something stuck in your head. An earworm. Kind of sounds scary. It's great though when I can get a good earworm in the kid's ear for the day, and then we're all singing that same song. It's a lot of fun. I have 4 children, and one, maybe I can get her to come on and paint with us. My daughter, she's an amazing artist too. I'll bring her on and we could do like a paint challenge. Eden, do you accept? Dun, dun, dun. She's probably like, really? All right, so I think this is dry enough. Dry enough for me. If you want it to dry a little bit more, take a break. Take a break, go get a little snack, get some water, walk away for a few minutes. You can even get a blow dryer and blow dry it if you want. It's not something that I always suggest, because if you do have real thick paint on there, then it is going to crack your paint. So do not always use the blow dryer. It's kind of a last minute resort if you're in a hurry, but we're not in a hurry here, okay? All right, so now we have these fun trees or flowers, and it's actually 3 layers of grass. So we're going to start with the lighter layer of grass first, and you can see in this painting here, we have some light, almost white, and we have some blue and dark greens, okay? This is where we get to start building the layers of our grass. So we're going to take this Big Daddy again. Everyone got a hold of him? All right, we're going to water down that green, because we want some real light ones, like they're far away, okay? We're going to hold our brush like this, and then we are just going to swipe up and lift. Start at the bottom and lift. Over here. You can even add a little bit of that watered down white to it. Just water down some white, pull it over by the green, and just add a little bit in there. Okay, just gives it a nice texture for the background, okay? So down on the bottom here, we're just going to go a little bit darker green. We're just going to do a couple little whisks, okay? Don't be afraid to add that paint. You can always cover it up with a little white, but pull off your brush like this, off your paint in the side of your paint palette, and just kind of work it in there, okay? Different layers, different ways that it'll go. Okay, you can even kind of mess it up a little bit down here, make it have some messy grass. Wouldn't that be cute if there was just like this cute little bunny hopping through there? Bunnies are cute. Sometimes we get little baby bunnies in our yard, and that's kind of fun. They make me a little stressed out though, because I get a little nervous for them. We have a crazy cat who would probably like to eat those babies. So now I'm going to start with building the darker layers. And again, pulling off. And you can even add a little tiny bit of that yellow in there too. Okay, and it's just going to give you a different color green, more of like a grassy green. See that? Do you hear the bristles hitting the canvas? It's more of like a dry brush. And again, just kind of be messy down here. Don't be scared to just kind of clean the paint off your brush onto your canvas, okay? Good. Once you're happy with the grass amount that you have, then stop. Clean off your brush, and again, just take a step back. Take a step back and look at it. See where you feel like you might want some darker colors or maybe some lighter colors. You can always add some extra white in here to tone down some of those grass colors, okay? We are going to add a little bit of blue. Once you get that brush nice and cleaned off, and I like to rub my bristles on the bottom of my cup just to get them to move around a little bit, get some of that paint out of inside, because the paint does get deep in there. All right, here we go. Little tiny blue, just real quick, really fast here. Don't get overly excited with the blue, okay? You can even add a little crazy blue spots down here. And you see I'm almost like scribbling in some of the grass here, okay? See that? Just adding some fun grass, all right? Now, this is where that special rounded brush comes in. This is the fun part. Ready? So we get to mix all these fun colors right here on our canvas, on our palette. We're going to pull some of this purple and some of this blue. We can even grab some of this white, pull some white in here, bring it down in here. I'm not over mixing. Don't over mix. If you over mix, you aren't going to get these bright colors. So you can see right here where I'm not over mixing. You can even see it probably on my brush a little bit that I have some white and I have some blue, I have some purple. Just gonna dab that off. I'm gonna start up at the top and I'm just gonna be making quick X's, okay? Don't forget to add the paint. And I mean that by grab some paint. Don't be afraid of it. Scoop it up. Scoop it as big as you can, like you're eating a big giant bowl of cereal. And you want that best scoop of, guess, Lucky Charms. People tease me about that reference, but you know what? I love them. And that's what makes me happy. They're gluten-free. They have a fun marshmallow in them. And they're colorful. Who doesn't love colors? All right, next flower. This one's just going to be a little guy. So I'm just going to quickly dab a couple spots on. I don't want to make it real full because I want these to be different sizes. I want them to look deeper in the grass and look like they're actually closer to us too. So it has that more three-dimensional painting look. You might see I keep sneaking over and looking at that painting. I actually had no painting this morning. I couldn't decide on what to do. I felt like everything in my shop I've already painted so much of, so I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and paint one up real quick. So this morning I went in and I painted one up, and this is the result. I actually painted two, but I didn't like the first one. So I repainted. I have so many great paintings in my shop though. All right, next one. Just keep moving and just quick dabs, okay? Even X's. If you're real nervous about adding this and maybe making it too big, like if you're going like this, I don't want you to do that. I want you to just quick X's if you have to, okay? And add some white. Whoa, that was a lot of white. Don't be afraid to add some white. Mix that blue and that purple. And you can even throw some extras in here. Okay. Grab just some purple. You can go back and forth between these until you come up with a flower that you love. Okay, let's see, go slow here. Go a little bit lower. I actually want to just throw some quick little guys in here, okay? Maybe one that kind of comes over here, almost off the canvas. Okay, brings your canvas to life. You can even add a couple over here. Bring this canvas side over here to life. This is just an overall just good, fun summer spring painting. Just keep adding. Okay, you can even rinse your brush. You notice I don't rinse my brush in between a bunch of these because I want my paint to mix right there on my brush. Now I'm just going to come in, I'm going to add a little bit of white, but I'm actually going to mix a little blue with it and purple. So over here I just have some real light lavender, baby blue kind of colors going on. We're just going to hit this like so. Just adding another layer of texture. And you don't have to do this to these at all, or you can just add a couple little dots to them. This one I kind of want to make. This one's super fun to me. I love that it's kind of coming in off the side. So I'm going to just kind of elaborate on this one a little bit more. Add a little purple down here. This little guy might be my fave. Okay. This is probably one of my favorites. A lot of paintings are my favorites. I only share my favorites with you. All right. Say you didn't want blue and you wanted yellow or you wanted more pinks. You could definitely switch that up and start adding those into it. I believe that the yellow is going to go with any color. The more darks you put in on top of it, the more vibrant and more spring-like I think that this painting is going to turn out. Okay? And again, if you painted this with me, I want to see it. I want to share it if you let me. So be sure to follow along. Be sure to check us out next week. We're doing this every week. All right, now I'm just going to add a couple little guys down here. Okay. And I'm going to clean off my brush again because I'm going to come in with a little bit more grass detail. Cleaning off that little round brush again. Just scribble, 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 dab. Oh my goodness, and I totally forgot about this side of my canvas. Ah, that would have been bad. No, it wouldn't. We would have been okay. We would have been able to add to it, right? And again, just make that like scribble mark. Maybe add a little bit more texture around some of these here. Make this painting pop. Like I said, don't be afraid to just do things the way that you love. Every artist sees things differently. Every human being sees things differently. There's no right or wrong way on how to paint. Okay, so I never ever want you to get discouraged. You just call me, message me, whatever. I am more than happy to help you through it. Now that it's summertime, the studio door is way open all the time, so you can definitely stop in there, check me out, ask me, be like, hey, I can't get this painting, and I will help you. I'll take you step by step. We can fix this. So never, ever, ever get discouraged because I'm always here. Just adding a little bit extras, all right? I think I even want to make this a little taller here. How's this looking? this is perfect. This is a really, really, really detailed painting. Take your time on it. Have a good time just experimenting with the different colors. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see us paint, make sure you shoot us a message also on Facebook, or give me a call. Just give me some ideas here, because I'm always looking for some fun ideas. And hey, if your painting is featured here, that would be super fun and amazing. So check us out on Facebook. Even our webpage is fine too. All right, so we're just wrapping this up now, putting in these last couple details. And don't forget, every great artist needs to have a fun little signature. So you can either do it with a detail brush, or you could grab a Sharpie. Who doesn't love a Sharpie? Then you can go ahead and just put your little initials right there, and voila! Your painting is finished. Thank you again for painting with us at Brush Tips with Cheri, and tune in next week when we come up with more spring paintings. Thank you.